We're learning UlLevi Omar in Boston. That's so cool. We're going down to Vayishlach Toshin and Hey. The Rebbe Zt mentioned by Shalosh Shudas Yaakov Nosses Ukoisa, and he built himself a house, and for his sheep, his flocks, he made a sukkah, a temporary dwelling. Therefore, the place is called Sukkos. The Rebbe question, you have to understand, why was it called on the Sukkos they made for his flocks? If somebody builds a house and he also builds for his car a garage, we'll call the place the name of the garage. Sukkos was a temporary item. You can explain that there's two types of life. There's the life that's spiritual, there's the life that's physical. Now, even the life that is spiritual is the main aspect of a person's being, and that's everything. The physical life is it's a way to get to spirituality, but they end at some time. And even though one enjoys life, it's only limited time. There's no concept of eternity when it comes to physical entities. Yaakov Avinu, when he made the building, he decided what he began in the house of Lovan, in Lovan Galti. Rashi explains, I kept the Taryag mitzvahs, and he prepared himself for Esav to fight off the negatives. The Taryag mitzvahs is positive and negatives, as we learned in this Vasemishir as well. But he prepared himself for the aspect of having to fight off Esav with presence, with prayer, and preparing literally for war. And this is what is meant. And Yaakov came complete to Ir Shechem. Rashi says he was complete with his physical being, complete with his money, and complete with his Torah. That through the Doiron, through these three items that he prepared, which was presence and prayer and war, he was Zeicha to be completion in all aspects of life, not only in Torah, but he also got the physical being was complete as well as was his monetary abilities. And one has to do with the other. Presence, that has to do with monetary. Tefillah is Torah, because Tefillah is a commandment from the Torah once a day. Yeah, it's the Raisa, and it's part of Torah. Mulchama is when you are complete in your physical being. And we have to always wage war over our desires, over our physical desires. And there's perfect tshuva is when we're physically healthy. And by Yaakov being prepared in these three things, he came to completion of everything. These three things. However, there's a long way to go from the preparation of matones and prayer and war until you come to the completion. That's why Yaakov built for himself a house. He made for his flock a sukkah, because Yaakov even knew everything in life is temporary, and therefore he called the place sukkahs to emphasize that all the physical that he has is temporary. But from the spiritual, he made a house which is permanent. Bias refers to something which is permanent. That the physical is not his. It won't remain with him after he passes on. However, the spiritual is something that remains for eternity. Everyone who begins to build a bias never be Israel, who marries, has children, has grandchildren, he has to know that he always has to wage war with the physical aspects of his life. And only that way can he be complete in his physical, and through the service to Hashem, the guf will be complete. Not the reverse, but it actually brings completion. Hashem Yisborach should help, that we should merit to see nachas from our children, from our entire families, and every simcha should bring forth simcha for everyone, both in the general concepts and in the individual concepts, and everyone who needs salvation or simcha, he should have it. He should have the happiness by his friends, and the Rebbe said, for his friends there should be happiness, and by the Chassidim, and only thus will we be zocher to the Gula Shlita of Meir V'Yameinu. Amen.